Hello everyone, welcome back to Tasty Tuesdays. Today we're going to do a little bit of a travelogue. Since my husband and I haven't been traveling a lot during this time frame, number one, a lot of us haven't, we have been thinking back on previous trips and places that we have thoroughly enjoyed, especially including food and wine in our adventures. And today we're going to start off in our own home state of Virginia. I think it's very important right now to support our Virginia wineries. Some of them are open. I would suggest if you're planning a little outing yourself to give them a call or go on their websites and check their time frames and protocols of what they are doing. So we're going to start off with Flying Fox Pinot Gris in Afton, Virginia. This is designated as the Shenandoah Valley AVA, and AVA means American Viticultural Area. And Virginia has, I think, 6 to 8 of them now, which is a very wonderful thing for Virginia wine to be having those designations. So this is 100% Pinot Gris, and in first aroma in the nose of this, I get a lot of Meyer lemon. And when I first tasted this wine, I noticed that they had that on the bottle about the Meyer lemon. So I totally agree with that one. Let's taste it. Nice body, nice acidity, very stone fruit. It's right on spot with your peaches or a little bit of apricot. The acidity on the finish is nice, it's crisp. This would be wonderful to take a picnic, go up on the parkway, hiking a trail, anywhere around all our great area here. And it is 100% Pinot Gris. Flying Fox was founded or opened in 2001, and they do smaller productions as we're used to in some of our Virginia wines, as opposed to California or Washington or Oregon that does thousands and 10,000s of cases. This one has a production of only about 250 to maybe 300 cases, depending on our climate, on what our weather did, everything that involves, because we always need to remember that our wineries are farms and they work really hard in this agricultural, especially fighting some of the weather that we have had lately. So cheers to Virginia. That's really nice. Support Virginia wine. Now we're going to head to Italy, and which is a fantastic place to travel. Put this on your life list. I tend to call it a life list instead of a bucket list, because life goes on, life's too short, you gotta move, you gotta go. This is one of my favorites. This is Master Bernardino Falanghina. And when I lived in Charlotte, I was there for about 20 years and also worked in the wine industry there. I got to meet Michael Master Bernardino at a wine dinner there. And at the time, this was in the early 90s, I quit drinking Chardonnay because it was just really oaky. I thought, wow, this is not my cup of tea anymore. So at this wine dinner and talking with Michael, and he did pour his reds, of course, but also poured a Falanghina. And I fell in love with this wine because it has all those nuances that you can taste the fruit. You can see what they do to put this in the bottle. Master Bernardino was founded in I want to get this correct, 1878. And 10th generation is at the helm. And they've even gone through World War II and restored the area for the vineyard. And also they are involved in a project with Pompeii, where they have helped to restore some of the areas where they have found in the ruins and the archaeological historical site of putting these wine rooms back together, or where they think there was a vineyard. And if you go on the website, it'll take you a link to that so you can read about that. Pompeii is a fabulous place. And Master Bernardino is located in the Campania region of Italy. And when you think of Campania, of course, the first city that comes to mind is Naples and a pizza. What do you get in Naples? You get pizza. And this really would go with pizza in Naples. Also, Sorrento. But my favorite place in that area that my husband and I went to many years ago is the Amalfi Coast. The Amalfi Coast will always have my heart. It is absolutely beautiful. The people are fabulous. And the wines will take you to a different category all over. It's very different from Tuscany and the northern area of Italy because of the rich seafood, the fruit, the vegetables. Everything about the Amalfi Coast is fabulous. Put that on your life list. So now let's taste this Falanghina. It's 100% Falanghina, and it has a gorgeous, beautiful, beautiful color. And on this, you get a little bit of that toasted almond. You get a little honeysuckle. Mmm, just like I remember. Michael was a real character. I believe he might be retired now because he was older than me at the time. He loved being in North Carolina because he was a huge basketball fan. And Snug, guess who his favorite player was? Michael Jordan. And he was so hoping to see the Hornets play the Bulls, but unfortunately, the stars didn't align. Oh, I love the finish on this wine. It is so perfect with seafood dishes. But you could also, again, use it with a chicken salad, a seafood salad, any type of fruit or vegetables on the grill. And it's a gorgeous, gorgeous wine. Master Bernardino, they know what they're doing. Mmm. Falanghina. It's off the beaten path for a grape. If you've never tried it, it's wonderful. Go for it. Our last trip is to Spain. Spain is, again, I think, put it on your life list. Anywhere in Spain, it's fabulous. Right now, with what everybody's going through around the world, um, Spain has had their ups and downs too. I hope to go back. My husband and I have that back on our life lists to go back to enjoy the places of Spain. One of the areas of Spain that we are experiencing today is the Humila region. And this is an area that mostly grows Monastrell. And you've heard us talk about Monastrell here in the store before. It's the same grape as Mourvedre in France, but also too it's grown in other areas in the U.S. and other countries all around the world, even in Australia and New Zealand. Sometimes they call it Mataro. So, but we're going to stick to Monastrell because that's the way it's known in Spain. And this one, it's called 1315. This winery is sustainable, it's organic. This is 100% Monastrell. And the area that it's in, it's southeastern Spain that's right on the Mediterranean. They have very chalky soils. So the vineyards can take a drought and they won't suffer. They're used to it, the way they're planted. And this region can be very hot in the summer and very chilly winters. Definitely, it does see a difference in the weather. But the vineyards can stand up to it. I love the color of this wine, and the nose is very fresh. It's full of blackberry. It's got a little bit of that chocolate on it that you really, really want to see sometimes in a red wine. I love off grapes, and I call them off grapes because it's not Cabernet, it's not Chardonnay, it's not maybe Pinot Grigio, it's not Syrah, but Mourvedre is also used, and Monastrell, Mourvedre in France again, in the Côte d'Arones that Snug talked about in our previous virtual tasting. So when you taste a Monastrell all by itself, it's its own little grape that's saying, have fun with me, eat some barbecue, eat some ribs, throw brisket on the grill, any type of that grill. I would say you could probably even do this with the paella, especially if you're going to put some sausage in it, or chorizo, as they say. Definitely that black fruit, the blackberry, and the cocoa on that nose. Mm. Oh wow. Oh, I see barbecue and ribs on the grill in my future with this wine. This is fresh. It is inviting. The acidity and tannins are very medium. This wine has gotten some scores from the wine critics. As you know, Mr. Bill does not believe in scores. I think it's all kind of, a good thing, a bad thing, whatever floats your boat. We always say here, buy what you like and enjoy it. That's the most important part about wine. Let's taste this one again. Mm. It, Again, I think letting this open up in the glass a little bit. My philosophy, if I'm cooking and I'm pairing a wine, is I'll open up, especially if it's a red, I'll open up the bottle and I pour about this much in the glass, taste it, swirl it, do my little thing, and I walk away. Go back to what I'm doing in the kitchen with my meal, come back about 5, 10 minutes later, do it again, walk away. So, because sometimes grapes like this need a chance to blossom, they need to burst. You want that flavor to burst in your mouth. You want it to burst with your food. So, and that's what this one's doing. Still has some of that smoke. And I love a little smokiness in my Spanish wines. And I think that's what gives it character to go with food. In visiting Spain, tapas bars are so much fun. And you can have everything in a tapas bar from vermouth on tap, which is very popular in Spain, to Monastrell on tap or by the bottle. Do yourself a favor when you go to Spain, make sure you find someone to do a food and wine tour with. If it's your first time in Spain, you won't regret it at all. Cheers to Spain.